yourself that you're not gonna do something and your mind is automatically programmed to do it, you're going to do it. So you know what that means? Drum roll, please. You're gonna have to help yourself. That's the best way to help somebody. Help yourself can help somebody else even more. Cause how the hell are you gonna help me and you don't got enough to help yourself? You know what I'm saying? Hella funny. DripBoolin is funny. And you may think this is like a random video. Yes, it has to be random because I like, bro, like something is telling me deep down. I'm not trying to get into like his type of content, but just speaking. I've always said it. My type of content is between, like, not between. It's a mixture of fet and moist critical. You even think moist critical? I know the vision I have for that, and most likely when it comes to like the random profile pictures, or well, not profile pictures, the fucking my charm. It's poppy, popey. I'll say poppy. You know, it's pretty cool. Anyways, uh, yeah, most critical because it's not like the random thumbnails. It's also like the shit I be saying, like just a random thing. And look at me, just the random things I just bring up out of the blue, but also it's something that's being talked about, you know, or if it's not, you know, it's you can go to Most Critical's channel and you will see the most randomest shit he'll talk about. He still games, hell of a lot. He still games, and he still has a peace of mind of where he, you know, where he started from. You know, he never lost his like path. Because most people, they play the game, they'll blow up off that, and all of a sudden they get to IRLs and they'll play different games, or even if they will just completely drop gaming and just get to something totally different. I get that, but now when you try to shift an audience to something that they're not used to, you're gonna get new audience. So you either lose your current audience and get new ones to fill that in, or you bring your whole fan base to one side. And that's a couple of things that people do, and that's what I'm thinking about right now is Soul Illuminati. He's probably one of the people that can actually do that. It's like his fan base didn't necessarily leave him. He just felt like lost because he was so gone for a very long time. He comes back, and now you see people came back and new people. So I feel like that was the benefit. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna say this. As a man, bro, I feel like me as a nigga, general, me personally, like you gotta like stop saying I think, you know, like no, I think like I feel, you know, I feel like, you know, like I seen that shit somewhere, and it really like changed the idea. Because most of the times you're not. What the fuck are you doing? Most of the times you're not gonna be able to think out of emotion. You know. So I keep saying no, I feel. Your emotions is not gonna probably save you most of the times. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, damn, bro. You know. And P.S. This is actually your video. It's just pretty funny to talk about this, but I'm gonna try my best. Why are you down here? But he's down here? Oh no, he's above me. I'm gonna try my best to actually get good aim because really and truly, I genuinely believe. So, deep down, like into content, I really don't like playing C's like that. Hear me out. I don't like playing it because I know I'm not good or you suck, you're bad. But it's like, bro, my teammates, rank 2.0. Bro, the next one needs to come out because if it don't, I'm done with this shit. Bro, my teammates are stupid. Like, stupid like we keep saying like all the time. That's how stupid it is. Like, you cannot tell me if someone is here, you see bullets flying the opposite direction, you look towards the opposite direction. You obviously see bullets flying from the left side. Why look at the right side? You know? People like to like, can you not visualize? And I'll always get this shit, bro. Motherfuckers will like honestly text me, be like, bro, you're like not even like cheating shit. You just be like, bro, you're weird. Or I got one message from on here. He was like, I can tell because you're a fucking icon. My icon, as you don't tell, is Itachi. And bro was like, yeah, I can tell that, you know, like, cause I guess I whooped his ass. And it's just knowing the maps. Don't lose me here. If you're in this area, right, customs. You run across customs and you hit that beeper, I automatically know where you're going. There's only one fucking way. Right here. You hit the beeper, you're not gonna come through the double door and just automatically be there. No, you're gonna be right here. So when shit like that happens, people don't expect you to be there so fast. Like I said, you're in customs, you hit the beepers, I automatically know where you're gonna be at. right here. Why would I go the opposite direction to like fucking follow you? No, I'm gonna meet you there. But anyways, yeah. But anyways, story is, I really don't really like Siege like that. I like playing it, but I really don't like putting my competitiveness or my own unique IGL in it. And there's no such thing as a unique IGL. Just say that, you know, I'm just being different. Fuck up. Anyways, it's like, you can't do that. I can't do that because these my teammates, bro, randoms, mics, and is fucking horrendous. And ranks are a lie. Ranks are a big lie, a hell of a lie. If possible, may God willing, like, I want to be a Siege coach, you know, like some type of way that I'm not sitting here trying to give you a therapy session, but if you want to be competitive and if you can have fun, talk shit, and take fucking heat, I'm that person. Because I'm not gonna lie, it's not nice playing this game. You get cussed at, you get TK'd, it's a lot, and I'm a victim of that. It's just a lot. But when you have that mindset, when you have that aura, people want to say, you're not gonna care about most shit because you know you're better. You know what you got in your inventory. Why are you prone? You weirdo. And then you have certain things you want to tell yourself, like, well, I'm not that good enough. I'm not that good of a player. You know, I'm not plat. I'm not. Wow. I'm not plat. I'm not diamond. You know, I shouldn't care. Whoa, it's your fucking team. But anywho, I keep getting sidetracked. Siege coach, and then if I can't do that, may God willing, not an or and I would like become an Apex, bro. Like, that shit's pretty fun. Apex is a game where I can literally fuck around. This game, you cannot fuck around. It's just handicaps and goggles and just handy-manny tools. You have to work fucking hard. Okay. There's nothing you can do in Apex that can get you upset because the game is all foolery. You can walk around, slide, jump, wall jump. Bad aim. You can wall jump. You can do all these things and not have like some type of gravity pull. You cannot jump in Siege. People hate that. You cannot jump in Siege. Nothing but jumping is vaulting. That is that. Who would have thought a game that didn't allow jumping would be the best game ever? I don't know, Max Siege. But, you know, Apex, bro, that game is really fun. I can play TDMs all day. Rank on that game is pretty better than this, but it has a better like I guess pool of players because you would get matched up with like I'm not gonna lie, when my IRL hit plat, like our very first time, well, I'm not gonna lie, long story short, me being like a middle-aged gold, silver, never really being up there, but I get the weirdest lobbies of fucking golds, maybe plats, but he's plat. So when we first played in his lobbies, a couple diamonds, like two diamonds, probably one pred, yes, master. Actually, a master is like, you know what I'm saying. But now when it comes to rank, playing with my other friend, like, she's like, what, she's plat her own self. So it's like, no, she's plat, I think so, well, either or whatever, I think on her PC or controller, whatever, between plat and diamond, nigga, I kid you not, in her plat lobbies there's no fucking plats. It's strictly diamonds and above. No fucking way. And I'm not gonna lie, she be going crazy, shout out her. But it's like, if I can get farther in Apex than Siege, why not just keep on playing Apex? And that is my debate. Is like, I would play Siege long enough, but like, I'm the type of person that I could be good in Siege, but I'm not gonna take that shit to heart because it's gonna destroy me. It's gonna really mentally kill me. I can't do that. So might as well act trash or pretend I'm trash, be good, don't be good, and just not, you know, be the best player I could be. With that being said, I still missed that. With that being said, content. I say most critical. That's why that all got brought up. I say most critical because it's just random topics I talk about. I'm not gonna lie. I talk about bad teammates. I talk about, like just a little small mental shit. The nitpicks. Nitty gritty. I made a video on Uzi. That's like one of like my favorite videos that I actually made. It wasn't really on him, but it was like just the idea of supporting the solo queue players. That would just be like a good face to present for people. If someone asks you, give me an idea or a suggestion of like who should I listen to or like watch for like solo queue. Uzi, that's the person right there. Good content. Man's funny, and when you actually get to know him through watching him, not just personally through watching his videos and streaming, you can see the person and the person, him, the guy, is really genuine with his work. So when you look at this, like, how can I be genuine, not be ass, but hella toxic sometimes, and have hell of a community, and I'm just me with no friends, solo queue. I have one subscriber on YouTube. I can do shit. How do you change that? How do you view yourself like that person? Simple. Grow. Like grow up. Do things. Like be different. I'm not gonna lie. I fucking hate montages. Not in a soul. A day in my life. I like doing montages. Like, we may think we're on TikTok, yeah, I'll do it. Like, on TikTok, I'll do it. But on here, I really have montage. Whatever. Really have montages. I don't like doing montages, bro. That shit's so annoying. It's overplayed and really overrated. And it's like, people, me personally, I'm not gonna shit talk. One. But it's like, what do you learn from that? Majority of the time when I play with randoms, it's probably like some fucking 12-year-old, 13-year-old kid. They're really cool. Some of them, toxic, weirdos, whatever, one 18-year-old, 20-year-old, maybe 22. The point is, like, most majority of them be kids, and when I ask them, like, do you like, of course they watch, they watch people who play C at a good level, so of course they like to see cool tricks, cool one taps, peaks, run-outs. But when you genuinely ask them what they learned from fucking montages, it's nothing. And that's why I wondered, like, if I just follow that route, would I actually get the views I deserve, or just get what people want, dopamine? I don't care about that. So I decided to myself, to do montages, just make funny videos. Like, just make a video that can make someone laugh, for a moment, or just make a video that can make people think about, Siege for a moment. Make them sit there and realize, if I play Siege at this competitive rate, would I exceed, or would I excel, or would I drop? It's like, you pick one. You can't do both. And then speaking about Apex, it's a different story. Me being pro in there is only because I like the movement in that game and I'm free with it. How did I miss that? Like, my hands are already programmed to do certain shit on Apex and on Siege, which is, it's helpful in a way because I know what I'm doing in the moment. But when it comes to like movement, sliding while jumping, I suck. Sliding while jumping, wall jumping, other things. It's really funny. I'm a bot, I'm an actual AI, call myself an AI. And when it comes to trying to be better than somebody, that's when you lose people. I'm not gonna sit here and talk about cheaters and this, that, and people are trying to be better than somebody or some type of beef. Y'all got that. If you want to laugh, if you want to see some bullshit, some nitpicking shit, I got you. And then you have Fed. When I say Fed, don't ask me anything Pro League. Myself, I have to get into Pro League, but I do like KN, G2, EU, and APO. I like Scars. I like R6KN, Scars, G2, and there's one more team. What is it? It's one more team, but it's a APL team. And yeah, that's about it. I've watched KN and Scars play multiple times, and it's always between Scars or KN. And most, I think KN only won once against Scars. Scars CAG, that's what it is. CAG as well. Very good. But I'm not gonna bandwagon and be like, I fuck with them just because they're fucking Japanese. No, I genuinely like them, and majority of them KN as well. Like I fuck with myself on KN and CAG. I do like Scars, but anyways, the whole dilemma of it is like, bro, being a different content creator doesn't shun out from what you want to do because you're doing it. Like I said from the get-go, you cannot tell your mind to not do something if it's already programmed. You're gonna do it, Nothing happens once. You do it when you can do it. You do it when you think about it. You do it when you have an emotion, And that's why I say, like, as men, especially, stay away from like I feel like blah blah blah. No, you say like I think because it's logical. You're gonna be thinking. As a fucking man, you have to think. Your emotions won't always save you. You know what I'm saying? So that's what all that came through. And this DripBoolin being fucking funny. Like he's fucking funny. Right, DB funny, bro. He's funny. It's nothing that can make you laugh, and what makes it more funny is you can look at these things and realize you watch these people. Like, why is a content creator making fun of other creator? That's not something you would see every day. And you go back in time, you would. When YouTube was YouTube, you had YouTubers actually beef. You got Illuminati and Flight. You got, who is his name? CJ So Cool. You had him. You had his brother. You had all these YouTubers that literally had genuine beef with other YouTubers. It's like some high school shit. You know what I'm saying? And that shit was funny. And then when you put it in Siege, and it being about gaming is different because it's more hilarious because you actually watch these players. And when you look at that, it's like, are they like genuinely not friends? Are they actually beefing? Like, are these people actually serious? I would say yes, but not no, but maybe so. But in the long run, it is hella funny. I like that. And I like it to be toxic, but I like it because it's bringing back that old YouTube. But let's not reap what we sow now. Let's not lose track here. Let's not reap what we sow. So when it comes to that point, it's like you have to remember now, you are in the community as well. If you can talk about 2 people, 3 people, 4 people, 1 person, you yourself will be talked about too. Remember now, if you're in the community of anything, but right now it's content, with anything, you're gonna get talked about because you're in it as well, So as much as you say outwards, is gonna return back to you, and that's why I kind of stay away from that. I don't like montages because people strictly judge montages based on how good they are. I mean, I'm just showing you what I did, like I'm just showing you like how I felt. I'm not trying to get signed to a fucking team and you're the fucking and you're the head coach, like no, I'm just trying to show you what I did, and and I say that with all respect. You like and it's like I feel for the people on TikTok who genuinely post. You're weird, weirdo. I genuinely feel for the people who post TikToks and they post unranked matches and TDMs for me is quick match, so if I play TDMs, I don't mean TDMs, I mean quick match, or I call it training ground. But anyways, TDM and like unranked, they would clip those and like they would get shit talk. Like, do you realize this person is new to the game? And if this person is new enough to do this, he's good enough to play rank, or she, but it takes time, But to shit talk someone while they're new, that's stupidity, That's It's stupid. Like, why would you do that? That's not even funny. Like, you're damn near new. Like, when you first played COD, you got shitted on. I know that because you fucking suck, you know. And then after a while, you got better, and then you know it was you on top. So when someone tries to seize out, don't shit talk them because they're fucking new. You have to realize this game is mental. It's like I said, I will never go pro in this game, but to an extent, I will put myself in a competitive mindset if I need to. You know, like, you know, attorney, money. You know, like something that can prove my worth, if you should say, for sure. But pro, fuck no, fuck no, I'm not doing that. It would mentally kill me. And versus someone new to the game, and then they're getting aces, you know, with fucking the worst operator in the game. Let's see, they're getting aces with fucking Tachanka. You know, it's like, what the fuck? Like, I've never seen an ace from a Tachanka ever. What do you mean? Like, you're doing this in fucking unranked at that, you know? So it's fun to see that. It's cool to see that. It's very, 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 very cool to see that. But on the forehand, with like content, my content is either funny or is like just talking about mechanics and like not really mental, but just like the pro aspect. You know, like if I try my best. And now what I was going to say, which I forget, which is what was that? I just did that 2 times in a row, but. Anyways, it's the fet side of my content. It's much so of not really watching pro, but having that pro code of conduct. You know, something small like a site setup, and yeah. And for example, just to prove, where does he put the other one at? I never knew. I think he puts the. I think he puts the beeper inside of fucking whatever, but anywho, you may think, what the fuck is this? What are you doing? What? Let me explain. When enemy combatant decides to push bottom lobby, that beeper is hitting him. What he doesn't know, someone in armory is here. But I'm not just here. I'm here. And where is it? Jump in. Oh, I'm here. What do you know? He comes up. He gets clapped, you know, because me as a castle player, I'm playing this. This is a strat me and my IRL do when we play Oregon all the time, and it works so well. Even our randoms, yes, our randoms allow this. So each time he goes castle, he does his X setup. I go Ella, I sit here, I watch here, and now I'll watch here. That covers me. I can break that with my Ella impact. That covers me. If we need to rotate safely, that covers me. If they take this master, that's fine. But they need wall. They need wall and the breach. So when it comes to the wall and the breach, you know, you have to use more intel at a second. It's like normally one castle here that takes 1 second. You know, Ash, Melee, Zofia, Kali. But now it would take 3 seconds because you have 2. You just can't get wall now. You have to break this. And my RL, he literally sits here, and he watches if he needs to my window and lobby, and he gets kills from this, you know. And like, again, this works out in a win rate wise. Remember now, listen, a win rate. This is not just some creative idea, which it is. It once was, but you know, this is an idea that Bang Bang Cade, made up in my mind, and I told him, you know what, let's just be different and just mix it up. You know, shout out Roy. You know, because Roy do some bullshit with fucking Mira, but you know, and Castlemaine. So obviously, you know, it's like, why not have an idea of my own and make us win more games? It fucking works. This is not broken because you don't want whoever's on Armory hallway corridor to see you. If you need to, just wallbang that, but don't pre-break it, because once they take master, they can literally see you, you know. So it's forced to they're forced to wallbang and peek your door, and this is where the FET mindset comes in. Site setups, you know, like simple as that. I'm either funny or I'm being serious. Simple as that. Another one. I do not trust my randoms. So when we go downstairs, this is what I do. It was like I was looking at, but it's something I want to say. Like it's very nitpicky, but it's funny. I was looking at Nook through my goggles, but I thought it was Jackal, because I say that because it was actually the Jackal scanning me. Jackal was behind me. Nook was right over this wall. I'm like in front of you, but reality it was the Nook, not the Jackal. So I got killed. We both got killed from Jackal because I was looking the fucking wrong direction. But anywho, this is one of the second strats. I reinforce 1, 2, open that up, and I reinforce here as well, or like have P-hosts here to watch. So I will watch here, you know, bottom green as well, and then blue bunks. And let's just say, well, how do you escape? They cannot see you drop. If you have like a peek on this, sure, but they cannot see you drop. You can drop that and just, you know, play Psycho. If you don't, I do. I call this Alicia. Not this wall, but open up sesame. Just call it laundry. It'd be funny. And Alicia, right here, you have Shaiko. So it's like you would tell yourself, well, this site sucks, well, that one sucks, but the one I do inside, of course, you reinforce that, and then, like I said, my randoms suck, and I don't trust them. I double reinforce. Not anyone for the past week I've used this strat has never gotten this wall. We only lose because they overpower Freezer, and also they have like 2 lurkers into like fucking laundry. So it's like you don't get the concept of what I'm trying to say. What I'm saying is you have to be mindful of where you put pressure from. You may think this is open, you can see a parallel right through Freezer. That's cool and all, but once the attack takes it, it's GG's, game over. You suck. You overpowered. So when you want to limit entry, just limit. If you, as a defender, if you want to limit entry for attackers, just limit reinforcements. No, fuck. What the fuck? As a defender, if you want to limit entry from attackers, you have to limit rotations. Simple as that. Like a bandit. They're not gonna go fucking Thatcher. No one's going Thatcher. Trust me. The wall they might get is right here. And the last time I did this wall, it got bandit tricked, and that was it. That was his only straw, and he just didn't want to get the wall no more. But the point is, like, protect yourself more. And you think, what does that mean? This is where my FET brain gets in my head. Like, I'm gonna make sex it up. So if I'm either not making a nitpicking ass video, it's probably some site setup shit. And that is my style. That is what I like. That is me. I'm not gonna go out my way to be different and make fun of people. I'm not saying what he's doing, DripBoolin is doing, is crazy, but he has that demeanor of doing that. So I would expect that from him. And hey, God bless his soul, but it's working out for him in a way that is not only funny, but you're actually seeing like the true face of content creators. Because once again, if you're gonna talk shit about somebody, or like not even shit, if you're gonna have someone in your video and you're talking up or down on them, it's gonna return back to you. You know what I'm saying? In any kind of way. And Yeah, and I want to like just say he's funny because I understand the concept of where he's coming from. He's not shit talking the person, he's shit talking the mask we put on as creators, so it's like it's hella funny. I like that. And then once people break character of that, you can finally see their true colors, which he's actually baiting, which is kind of, it makes it more funny because I know what he's doing. It's like it's something that I could respect. But yeah, I explained my most critical mindset. I explained my fit mindset. And this is just something small that I like to do. And like I said, you may think, all for what? What do you mean all for what? It's all for this. All for what? Content. Gotcha. Anywho, when I make these site setups, in parentheses, I'm still on the fit mindset. I'm gonna go back to the most critical and I'm gonna conclude it and get over and get off. Anywho, I might play rank on the other, occasion, but I close this up because my fucking teammates suck. Remember earlier I said I can't play pro rank? I can't. If you've seen this in Pro League, you will probably realize like what the fuck are they thinking? Like what are they doing? And it does make a difference. If this is reinforced and they cannot get this wall, they're gonna overpower green back there. They're gonna overpower green for sure, freezer, and then two lurkers, coming bottom laundry, from main lobby. So think about that. But now if it's open, you can freely play this and just watch this. But your crossfires, you just invented a crossfire. When this is closed, no crossfire exists. You're not at an intersection. Once you walk out, intersection. Now you're in a crossfire. No crossfire, crossfire. No crossfire, crossfire. So now when you open that up, you literally create a one-dimensional crossfire when this is open. They can take this, overpower, and kill you from freezer. So when you close this up, you delete that invention and just keep this. This is all you need. Bomb is right there. You don't need this whole fucking room, bro. You fucking suck. Sorry. Like, you don't need that room. Just get the mirror, hold this. That's covered. If they get the wall, okay, cool. Throw a C4, they're dead, and just go back and forth. You don't have to have everything open, bro. It's stupid. It's literally stupid. Literally. Like, you're safe. Literally safe. Kobe. They're dead, you don't have to worry about nothing, just in front of you. That is it. So I like to limit myself from like making my teammate all distracted and scared and worried, like you made the fucking hole. Why are you so scared why are you so scared? Like you make that hole. Go check go in it. So yeah. If I'm not, having that moment of, also being IGL and is like, trying to help people out in a way that you're on my team, I'm going to fucking talk to you. There's been cases where people be like, be quiet, shut up, not in the way that they can hear. It's a big difference. I might sneeze, hold on. Anyways, that's me. There'd be scenarios where people would literally tell me shut up just because they don't want to hear that. What? I'm giving you a fucking call out. But if I understand you need to hear something, I get that. I'm gonna shut up. But between that silence, I'm going to redirect you the moment you lose direction, I will redirect you. And I think that's where they get most mad at. It's like, I am quiet, but I'm gonna still it's like, again, you see shots coming from kitchen going through what, dining? Yes, going through dining all the way in fucking what is this called? What is this? Bottom small tower? Yes. Why would you look towards small tower? No one is in small tower. They're shooting from kitchen in small tower, not in small tower in the kitchen. It's a big difference. So it's like, I will redirect that, and like they'll get mad. Like, what do you mean you're looking the wrong fucking direction? So it was a whole bunch of talking, yelling, screaming, people getting mad. It's like, whatever, bro, just whatever. I'm not doing this shit, bro. So to help myself out, I limit rotations. I limit things that normal people do in a ranked game. Again, I will show you guys if you're in my ranked game and I don't trust you. And how do I not trust you? The very first round, I'm watching you, bro, and then it just depends. But if we actually deserve to make a rotate there, I will allow it. I would deserve the TK. I would recognize the head shaking. I would recognize, and I'll allow it. Do it. I don't care. We win, cool. But if you're fucking bad, I'm doing this. You as a copper you don't need to know what the fuck this means. You don't need to know what elbow is. Don't worry about it. Like, just leave it alone, bro. Just leave it alone. Just stop. But the point is, yeah, it's about the Fed talk. But now when it comes to the most critical, I'm gonna change maps. Oh. Whoa. I actually main Ella, so like I love Ella. Like Ella sins. I love sins. Wow. Whatever. I don't give a fuck who I am. Sorry. On this map specifically, I don't go nowhere but here, here. I'm an idiot, bro. Just get me off the fucking game. And right here, I do not enter freezer. So I'm either at top white, cigar lounge, or I'm here watching that peak, literally, or the rotate hop in, or I'm here watching the plant, or I'm running out here to look over there, or I'm breaking this, look down here, or I'm right here. But on this map, the only map, I don't move. You may think, what do you mean you don't move? Nigga, this is my station. I do not move from this spot. I do not care what's going on around me. I am not moving this spot. This is my power spot. Why? Why is this your power spot, Bang? Why? 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 Look, bro. Load me if I get mad, man. You're not fooling me. Oh. Not funny. You're not fooling me. This is my power spot. I'm not gonna move from here because I can literally see bomb. Like, if you plant any, bro, why can I not break that? Break that shit if I get mad. Like, I can literally see everything. Like, I don't care. I don't care about fucking cigar shop. I don't care about piano. I don't care about clock, bathroom. I don't care about, red hat. I don't care. I don't care because I'm right here. I can look. You're not planting there. You're definitely not planting right here. What the fuck is this? You're not planting there, bro. You're not dropping from that, bro. Like, this is my spot right here, bro. I'm not moving. Every time I play this map, I'm either here or here. Like, nowhere else. So, like, I'm looking, bro. Like, there's nowhere else I need to be. And under me is library, so be careful. That's library, and this is library entrance. You go down the big old fucking bookshelf. You have the hatch, the closet. You have the hallway. You have white right here. You know how I know? Because I can visualize the map. The weird little bookshelf right here, hatched across. Then when you walk in, you have this. You walk in, boom. I was right here when I said that, but it's right here. I was right, Boom, bang, bob. Right here is freezer. You have freezer. That's literally freezer. And then rotation. Literally freezer and rotation, So it's like, what do you gain from this? Simple. Not only boosting the mentality of what I like to do when it comes to like making site setups and like being not really cringe, but just being the fundamental player, IGL. I know the game well enough to not overextend myself. It could be in content, it could be in anything, but I know the game long enough that I don't need to do extra shit to pop out. I can just do what everyone else does, but do it at a better level. If two people can skate better than each other, there's always one better skater. There's like they're both good, but like there's always a one better skater. There's no such thing as like two number ones. And you may think, well, it could be, it can't. You have to make a choice if you're one or two. Like if it's two ones, that's just a rivalry. That's not something that is a 1-1. It's just they have their own personal way of a person, a character, a player. It could be anything. But the point is, you just can't tell me anything about Siege that I probably don't know. And if you can, please teach me fucking callouts. Like, teach me callouts of the environment exactly. Backstory: I never knew what R1 R2 was until ding 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 I watched Skittles and he explained it. R1 R2 is clubhouse rafters in a garage. You see the number 1 number 2 on the fucking wall? That's R1 R2. I didn't know that, so I was like, okay, cool. So after that day, I try to tell myself certain things. Corridor, I say corridor a lot. What has corridor in it? I think what has corridor in it? This map has corridor. I'm in it constantly, but probably call this marble. I don't know, cause the tile, it's like weird shit. Middle white, bottom white, top white. That's something simple. Like I tell myself these things because it's like, bro, it's just something that's small enough that I can remember. But versus R1, R2, I probably won't remember that. And to some water right here, and to explain this as well, just nitpicking, like, how did you know that was freezer? Not only I make the rotate, I can visualize the map on my own based on my head. So if I'm downstairs and someone says default plan, automatically I know what default plan is because I can visualize upstairs. If someone says drop red hatch, I know what red hatch is because I visualize it. You can't shoot through this. This is red hatch, so you automatically know. Jump in train. This is mining, not train. You can't jump in fucking train. You know what I'm saying? Jump in fireplace. Fireplace, where is that? You say someone is default planting. It's between the skylight and here. Default planting. Why? It's close to the wall. That is cigar. That is piano right there. Over that wall is piano. How do I know? My site setup. Not even that. Just knowing the map. If someone calls, again, default right here. This is default. Not that hard, I'm not gonna freak out, But if there's a fucking nomad at 0 and a fucking blitz on my dick, I'll freak out because I can't get the fucking plan off, or I can't get the plan denial ready because I'm getting traced, I'm getting followed, tracked, scan, some shit, So there's nothing can stop me from like actually knowing what to do. Only callouts. That's the only thing that can stop me from actually getting my kills I deserve. So the best way to help me out as a player is just teach me callouts, bro. Because I'm not gonna lie, I don't know much. But if you tell me what it is, like what it looks like, I'm gonna know. But this should be on like safe measures and like safe precautions. I can just at least know callouts. So you don't have to overextend your call out or overextend your tone of voice, or even overextend the shit in general. Just give me the call out, it go away. I deal with it. Yeah. And now when it comes, I'm going right back to that was fest moment, mindset. Now when it comes to most critical, you may think, well, how does that apply to your rank games? How does that comply to your playstyle? Me being funny. I know I'm being extra. I know I'm over-swinging. I know I'm doing it on purpose. It's adrenaline rush. Like, how did Jinxie describe it? Like a squirrel chasing the nut. I know I'm doing it. It's just something I like. It's not what I like to do, but it's just, I'm gonna lie, it's a controller habit, but I believe I'm mature enough to not make that habit take control of me. But I would say this: it's a habit where I know I'm doing, and it's bad. Sucks to say. Like, you can tell me, guy behind you, swing him. I'm gonna like somehow make my thumb slip, and I just do the horriblest aim ever and manage to get the kill all on 1 HP. There's some crazy shit. I just can't slow down. I can't. I'm always overheating. There's scenarios where I'll peek dumb shit at the last second just to get this clean one tap, but really I just get smacked on. Like, I have those moments. Like, I'm that person, and I'm all for not judging a book by its cover. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm all for that. But when you judge a book by its ranked, it's a bit different. People judge me a lot. I really don't play with people because I get judged a lot by my rank. My rank doesn't say a lot about it. When people see my rank, it's like, oh yeah, an average silver. But when they play with me, it's like, okay, whoa, you're not silver. Why are you silver? What are you, smurfing? You're like, no, it's just literally, I come from PlayStation, that shit broke, and I literally transferred my PS account to Xbox. So this is not a fresh account, but it's an account from a older gen, which is technically not smurfing, but yeah, I'm here. So I automatically came on Xbox knowing what I was gonna do. Nothing stopped that. I've hit plat on PS, but never hit plat on Xbox. But my playstyle shows I have experience, so I'm just hard stuck. Sorry. So anyways, yeah, but other than that though, like, I know what I'm doing, and you may think, what is the most critical ending with that? What it is, it's just not being hyper, but being open-minded, being open. Like, I know what I'm doing. Like when he drops a video about, like, global warming, like, you wouldn't expect that, but to his knowledge, he cares about his global, not about global warming, but he cares enough to have an opinion on it, and he would post it. It's like, damn, like, this is YouTube. Like, again, YouTubers used to actually beef. Now it's just Siege players that beef, and it makes it to YouTube. Literally what it is. Literally. So shout out DripBoolin, bro. Shout out DripBoolin. He's fucking hilarious, and it's genuine. It's like he's not doing it to be funny, but he will be funny because it's genuine. So you would get that genuine laugh. It may be fucked up, but that laugh would be genuine, and you gotta respect that. But there's certain things you gotta, like, stay away from, like people like that, But shout out him though. Other than that, yeah, I want to give my opinions on that. Really cool guy. I don't know him at all, like, not one bit, but my input on this would be hella funny. I don't know what I'm gonna, like, for sure, I'm gonna, like, put a thumbnail in there about of him, but bro, he's hella funny. The guy knows what he's talking about. And then I like how he goes back into, like, the stat sheet. If he's gonna bring in numbers about pros and, like, pros that we know by name, he's gonna bring up the stat sheet. So no one's getting false allegations. No one is not gonna like we're not gonna sit here and just laugh about opinions. No, we're gonna have facts, you know. So it's like I like that about him, you know. He's very honest. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, bro. I watched like what 4 of his videos. I watched the E-Girl Boosted. I watched the Spoilt one, the Fat and Skittles. I watched the Ice Cold. I watched. It was another one as well, but that last one, yeah. But funny, 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 funny. Bro, like it makes you wonder like how far can Siege get with this? Genuinely, you know? And I remember seeing his face like in Siege. Like I remember seeing him on TikTok. That was kind of with the same era with Fett, you know, like the moment Fett left TikTok, I knew something was off. I'm like, fuck is Fett at? All of a sudden, Pro League, and he won his trophy, you know? And now Fett is this icon of Siege. Now what DripBoolin is like, you know, it seems like he went, like, it seems like he got drafted on an NBA team, lost all his money, turned to a junkie, and he just came back, you know? And like, he just got out of rehab and shit, you know, trying to, you know, do other life again, you know? But it is funny, bro. And I like how like the roasting is like it's critical, but it's like it's genuine, funny, like all that shit, you know? Just being genuine, bro. I'm not gonna full blown and say where I support the insults, but what I do support is them being genuine. Is like if you feel that way, say it with your chest. But like I said, you reap what you sow. So like you're in the community too, right? Like you're not some viewer who just looks at us. Well, look at them and other creators like nobody else. You yourself are a creator of content. One day someone will make a video on you. You know, so like, bro, it's funny. But I do like. I like it. If you want opinion, like I like. I respect enough. Yeah. That's about it. I'm a stream actually just for a little bit, like some games in. But other than that though, yeah, it was fun talking about this guy. You know, very funny. You know, I like it. But anyways, yeah. Play some rank. Play some rank and then just do that. This stream was just to make the VOD, you know, because I have my voice in it. I'm gonna be on my phone no more. I'm trying to clip shit. I could be on my laptop and just do like that and just post it again in the morning. But yeah, you know, it was hilarious. You know, like always, have fun. GG's.